What's up? What's good? What is happening? My name is King, and this is a crypto video. Before I get into the content for the day, I'm streaming on multiple platforms. You can find me at YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch at The Actual King Smith or Twitter at Actual King Smith. And something new that I've done in the description of this video, at least on Facebook and YouTube anyway. I've got links to all my social medias to include my Instagram and my LinkedIn. I'm trying to connect with everybody. All right. So if you want to connect, hit me up. All right. I'm feeling a little bit better than I was yesterday. Okay, yesterday was a bit of a struggle for me as I went live because your boy's getting over what I would call a head cold. And for those of y'all out there that are watching my channel and know me personally, you know I've got a pretty sizable head, all right? So me getting a head cold is a big deal. And I'm beating CJ specifically to the punch if he catches this live stream and has any head jokes. But today was interesting. I scheduled this stream to talk about Shiba, the Shiba Inu cryptocurrency specifically. And before I went live, maybe about an hour ago, so I haven't fully digested this article. Satoshi Kusama, who is one of the Shiba community leaders. I don't know if this person is a developer, don't know if this person is a male or a female, all right, as they've chosen to remain anonymous. The same way that Bitcoin's founder is not known, all right, or Bitcoin's creator, okay? It's my personal opinion that Satoshi Kusama, who was the original Satoshi, I think is a different person, all right? But they're kind of like the community head, the community spokesman. The whole Shiba decentralization, you would have Satoshi say Satoshi's not really Shiba's leader per se, okay? But if you're trying to get somebody in on a community, you have to have kind of a spokesperson, all right? Somebody that can at least drive the ship as the ship is going towards its destination. So that's who Satoshi is. And they have a really active Twitter content. So if you want to really keep up on what Satoshi has to say, follow that person on Twitter. All right, at Satoshi Kusama, which I'm gonna pull up on the screen here. So I talked about how Shiba changed my life. And to those of y'all that are new to my content, okay, I've been doing online crypto content since about January of 2021. Around October of 2020 is when I really started investing and spending my hard-earned money into cryptocurrency. And at the time, there were way less cryptocurrencies than what's out now. I had heard of Bitcoin, I had heard of Ethereum, and I had heard of a couple of other things. But the meme coin craze went heavy when Dogecoin started exploding. And then really shortly after Doge was Shiba. Okay. There were a lot of meme coins that came into the cryptocurrency space due to Dogecoin's success. And if you ask me, zoom in on me, if you ask me, Dogecoin, now that I've started to really understand cryptocurrency a little bit better, now that I've started to really understand blockchain technology and stuff a little bit better, Dogecoin doesn't serve a function. It doesn't have a use case, in my opinion, the way that Bitcoin does, the way that Ethereum does. And it's a bit of like the same but different. So to throw them in there as a comparison is somewhat not fair when you understand really kind of the makings of cryptocurrency. But Shiba has stood out as one of the cryptocurrencies. And in my opinion, I think you give the crown of meme coins to Shiba for everything that Shiba has done. Okay. So, what has Shiba done? Let's talk about it. Shiba has created a decentralized exchange or a DEX called Shiba Swap, okay, where you can swap the same way that you can with a Uniswap or a Pancake Swap. You can swap and trade for other cryptocurrencies that are out there. All right. The liquidity is there for a lot of the different pairs. All right. They've also partnered, which they call it a partnership, which I like what they're doing with the branding. Okay. So before I get into that, so I talked about here Shiba Swap. It's up and running. Okay, you can use Shiba Swap, you can use Uniswap, you can use whatever. I use Shiba Swap when I'm dealing with Shiba related cryptocurrencies like Shiba, Leash, or Bone. Okay, I can't say that I use Shiba Swap for other cryptocurrencies that you can get as well, as a lot of the ones that I get into I would call them dart throws. All right, very small cap cryptocurrencies that they may not be available because it's not liquid or they just don't have the funds on Shiba Swap, but they're on Uniswap, which is I think Uniswap's the granddaddy Ethereum decentralized exchange. Like they have the most money tied into it, the most cryptocurrency, the most volume that's done. Okay, but with Shiba, Shiba has created this whole entire decentralized ecosystem that if you were one of the earlier people that got into Shib and never sold, which let's take a look at what the price was back in December. I got into Shiba around October. So October, that was like what, one, two, three, four, I don't know, like 9 zeros. Okay. And if you were to at least let's say you spent $100 for every zero that got erased, you gained like a value over. So if you invested $100 at this price in October, okay, and I think that's like 9 zeros. So let's just say that that's 9 zeros, and you go up to Shiba's price now, where it's at about 4 zeros, 1 6, and I think where I had the cursor at, it was like 9 zeros, 1 6, or somewhere around there. Losing 5 zeros gains you 5 zeros with your $100. Okay, I personally know somebody who was a multimillionaire off of a $400 initial capital investment with Shiba because they got in early. They never sold. Okay, they got in early. They never sold. $400 was money that they could put in and not worry about losing it. And they exited not when it got here, but they exited somewhere around like here. I can't specifically get the amount up or whatnot, but they they did okay. All right, they did okay on a $400 investment because as other people got into Shiba, the volume went up. All right, and you started seeing more people. This was kind of like the meme coin craze around. You could say it started around late April to July, and then everything kind of went sideways for a while, and then the whole crypto market exploded right at the end of September. From September to I'd say around here, around late December, all right, because there was still a lot of volume, a lot of cryptocurrency that was traded around about this time. Most people got in either here or got in here. If you got in here, you're not happy, okay? Because the price of Shiba has steadily gone down, but so has the rest of the market, all right? So you're waiting on that next bull run. You're waiting on that next shot of adrenaline to hit the cryptocurrency market and shoot this market cap back up to an almost 3 trillion market cap. Right now, the entire markets to include like stocks is in the toilet. Okay. The market cap on crypto has dropped about 500 billion in the last week. 500 billion is a lot of money. That's a crap ton amount of money. All right? But going back to Shiba, okay? I'm actually going to make a pivot for what I'm doing for the remainder of this year. About 2 weeks ago, I purchased one Shib Metaverse land, and it was the cheapest one. They've got 4 different tiers that are available for public sale now. Okay, if you go to shib.io, you can purchase yourself a Shib land NFT. They have not released what that NFT is going to represent or be a part of. Nobody outside of like the core development team really knows. Okay, Shiba has not came out. Satoshi or anybody else in the Discord haven't came out and talked about what that is. But I am trying to concentrate as much extra capital as I can to be a part of the Shiba ecosystem. I mean, as much as I can. I want Shib, I want Leash, I want Bone, I want at least 2 or 3 other Sheeb lands early, especially at this price. To mint one, you can mint it in either Shib or Ethereum. But at Ethereum's current price, if you mint one of the ones that's at 0.3 Ethereum, that's, I'm doing quick math, is around about $700 to $800. I'll do that. I would do that. Sometimes it's just about understanding and having faith in what the ecosystem is going to do. Just like the people that got into Bored Ape Yacht Club or the Mutant Ape Yacht Club. If you got into those early and you were able to mint one when the minting price was a lot cheaper than what the current resale price is now, you're golden. Okay, you are sitting on profit if you chose to sell because of what they ended up doing in their ecosystem. That's why I'm big on what Shib is doing in their ecosystem. Okay, they talked about the Shibarium, which is their L2 blockchain on Ethereum or for Ethereum that's going to be utilizing Bone. And if I'm understanding this right, okay, so when you're making decentralized trades or exchanges, when you're paying for the transaction fee, all right, or what's called the gas fee, you're paying miners, which are people that are validating the transactions, um, to work their, to work their functions or whatnot. Which, if smart contracts are smart contracts, why are we paying validators for something that's supposed to be smart? Maybe I'm thinking about that wrong. But anyway, their Shiba's Shibarium is supposed to be a solution that is scaling and low cost that will allow you to, for example, make trades and not have to pay the high transaction fees to get things approved or traded or transacted on. Okay, because depending on what time of the day and what's going on Ethereum right now, anyway, as Ethereum is supposed to be upgrading their stuff too, to where the cost won't be so high. You'll understand why sometimes I do transactions on Ethereum and sometimes I do transactions on the Chronos blockchain. As of right now, just getting some things on Chronos is just, it's way cheaper. It's significantly cheaper. Okay, I don't even want to look to see what the Ethereum gas fees would be right now if I were to try to make a transaction. I just know it's expensive, and I'm not trying to lose all of my capital on the Ethereum side of the house. So if Shibarium comes out and it solves that, okay, I'm trying to have as much bone as I can Because if you look at the price of bone right now, it's about 48 cents. When bone initially came out at its all-time high, it was $15. I'm not so sure it goes back up to $15, but I do think it gets above $1. All right. Maybe a little bit less, maybe a little bit more. I don't know. The total supply of bone isn't gonna be a lot either. So if you ask me, I think you'd be an idiot not to load up on bone now, especially at this price. Anything under like $2, load up. You take $500, that gets you a little bit over 1,046 bone at bone's current price. Okay, and just hold on to it. That I'm gonna tell you right now, this is exactly what I'm doing. On my next paycheck, I'm taking $500 and I'm going in there and I'm going to go on Shiba Swap. Even though there's cheaper ways of getting bone. All right, you can get bone on Hotbit, you can get bone on Bitmart as well. I would prefer to get my bone on Shiba Swap and just hold it there. Matter of fact, I'm gonna get it on Shiba Swap and then stake it. All right, I don't have a lot right now. Let me see. Matter of fact, I'll just show you. I'll show y'all how much bone I have. Not a lot. At least not on Shiba Swap anyway. Let me say that. Let me take that back because I do have some on one of the other smaller centralized exchanges that does offer, which also leads me to believe I'm not sure how updated this list is because I don't have it on Hotbit. I either have it on like L Bank or Bitmart, so I don't know how up to date this list is. All right, is Shiba Swap down? I didn't like that. All right, so if you look here, why is the page reloading? All right. Bone, at least according to the Shiba Swap market index or market price, is about 47 cent. Okay. Extremely cheap. Leash at one point was like 3,000. Okay. It's less than 1,000 right now. I can't speak to Leash to understand why you would need to have it. But if it's a part of the Shiba ecosystem, I'm going to want some. Bone is not only going to have functionality for the Shibarium, it's also going to be um, part of their doggy DAO, which DAO is decentralized autonomous organization. Okay, having T Bone, which you're going to have your bone staked, gives you like voting power. All right. Basically, the same way like owning stock gives you voting power as stuff comes up for a vote. Okay. So that's why Bone is significant within the Shiba ecosystem. I'm telling y'all right now, Shiba and Bone are my top two priority things that I'm trying to gain. What you choose to do is on you. Okay. But I definitely want to make sure that I'm loading up on as much bone as I can, as often as I can, before Shibarium comes out. All right. So this Medium article also talked about Shib, which is a stable coin. It says a stable coin solution, but they don't say what amount that stable coin is going to be. Typically, stable coins are pegged to like $1. Okay. Shiba likes to do stuff different. They might go 50 cent or something like that, where it stays at 50 cent. Doesn't go up, doesn't go down. I don't know. They haven't put much out about Shi other than it's going to be a part of what they're now dubbing Shib fee, which I think this is the first time that I've heard of this. The Shibarium financial ecosystem. And the only thing it says after the semicolon here or the colon is this is paired with Shi development. Okay. They don't go much into the Shib fee development within this paragraph, But it said right here, in this way, Shib is not only decentralized using Bone and Donkey DAO for decisions, and then it says and leash for exclusivity, big words. But we are leading decentralization while remaining leaderless. That's why I said at the beginning, Satoshi is like the brand ambassador or brand spokesman, but Satoshi would tell you, him or herself, that they're not the leader of Shiba. They would say we are, people that are invested into the ecosystem. I got two more things covered here, and then I'm going to be done with my live stream for today. This one right here kind of made me laugh. Shib Blastaway, which was the title of this article as well. And it says this concept of a multi-industry decentralized conglomerate that uses the Shib financial ecosystem is loosely based on Berkshire Hathaway, which if you don't know who or what Berkshire Hathaway is, then you probably don't need to be investing into anything, and you should go learn about investing. But it says right here, based on Berkshire Hathaway, who has built a business on the backs of a variety of industries, including everything from condiments to insurance. And that it is, in my humble opinion, Shipshire Blastaway, our version of the same concept, is the decentralized outcome of the Shib financial ecosystem and a completed Shibarium. That's why I am so excited to see the outcome of a Shibarium hackathon, which they talked about up here and saying that here they're looking at having a Shibarium hackathon that will help educate the community, which is us, on Shibarium and will reward teams with funds to build on Shibarium. Time frame weeks to months. They like to do that, which I'm okay with. They don't give a hard deadline, which for somebody that comes from a project management background, it makes me kind of cringe a bit. But if they're going to take the time on the product and the product comes out well, I'm not tripping. When Shiba Swap came out good. Okay. Unlike Seda Mask, but we're not going to talk about that today. All right. So it goes on to say that best of all, I'm not the only community member already building for Shibari. And we've seen many community members, other ERC20 tokens, and a handful of scammers and fudders draw up concepts. Okay. So it's what this tells me is that people are looking for it, people are ready for it, and people want to be a part of it. So that's all that paragraph said to me. So then it goes on to say, while Buffett and Munger specialize in investments, mergers, and acquisitions, and ignore and despise Bitcoin and crypto, Warren Buffett just came out and said he's not a believer in cryptocurrency. And he stood by that too, which that's interesting to me. It said it makes sense for Shib to increase adoption by building out our own concepts through partnerships, which currently now payments, Welly, JR, and Shib. I don't know what that partnership is. I'm gonna have to actually do some reading up on that one. Or from our platforms from the ground up, Shiba Swap, the Metaverse, the Shib card game that's coming out, etc. That are going to utilize the Shib feed technologies, the Shib financial ecosystem as a whole. And it says, moreover, this will allow us to resist market fluctuations as we are branching into products, services, and platforms that feed Shib as a token through burns and wallet allocations. These business models are then replicable by the community who can fork our efforts. Okay. Which this part makes me interested and the possibilities of how the metaverse and the NFTs and like what you can or can't do on your land to try to be profitable. Because that's why I want more than one. My goal is to try to get 3 Shib metaverse lands. One that I can play around with personally, okay? One that maybe, I can lease or sell to somebody. Maybe it blows up so big, okay, that people want a piece of Shib land. And if I have 3, okay, I can afford to see what the market is doing and choose to sell one based off of whatever the market conditions are somewhere down the line. All right. When it comes to Welly's food, Welly is a It's a restaurant currently in Europe. Okay. But I would not be surprised if over time you saw more welly chains throughout the world. As of right now, if you are a SHIB holder, you know what? Here, I'm just going to read this. A first example of experimenting with this new business model in a familiar industry is the welly food chain. While the chain will use Shibarium to track food, it also has a business model that burns 2%, rewards Welly NFT holders 10%, and then puts 15% of the remaining net profit into a Shib Welly wallet for community use that is ultimately decided by bone holders on the Doggy Decentralized Autonomous Organization, or Doggy DAO. It says, please see their website for details. After this live stream, I'm going to go check out what that is or see if it's out there already. This is the first time that I've heard of kind of like this last part. I had saw and heard from a previous AMA that Shiba was indeed going to give to the holders of SHIB. Like if you held SHIB, you were eligible for part of the net profits, but I don't think that they fully explain why, because I can't fully tell you here on this live stream. The paragraph goes on to say, at scale, this could revolutionize the food industry and also provide an exitable company. Let me note here that the winner, so they did this contest of a giveaway of somebody that they were going to fly out to go and check out the Welly brand, and somebody won. I think the contest was either in Discord or Twitter. I didn't enter. All right. So this SHIB narrative kind of gives a background into the history, okay? But it talks about many other partnerships in the future, including the SHIB collectible card game, Shiboshis, which are the limited edition NFTs that are going to be a part of the metaverse. Okay, Shiba Fashion. Okay, so that's what the John Richmond and Shib reference was earlier. Shiba Fashion, I wasn't aware of. That's interesting. Why get into fashion? Anyway, Shib Food, Shib IO, and the utilization of the Shib financial ecosystem was Shib Fee. All right. So there's a lot that they're looking at doing. And I think that when things come out and you see the bigger picture of what she was trying to do, and they're able to get some really sizable, decent partnerships in the future. Shib is the one meme coin, and I'm gonna call it a meme coin now, but I don't believe that you can continue to call Shib a meme coin as it's got its foothold into the top 20 cryptocurrencies by market cap. And in my opinion, it's not going anywhere. It is not going anywhere. All right. Final thing to cover here. They talked about this Craig Kessler Esquire, who's part of their legal counsel that just came on board. And I wanted to highlight this part right here. It says that this person is a perfect fit for our current slate as he specializes in contracts, and then wrote specifically entertainment contracts with entertainment in all capital. Okay. I think that's a little Easter egg hunt, or not Easter egg hunt, that's a teaser for things that are going to be upcoming around the entertainment space. All right. But it says that this person will help us finalize the contracts with our upcoming Shib.io Metaverse Studio, the Metaverse Advisory Team, and other contracts, including NDAs, entertainment deals, and new partnerships. All right. This person has been a legal consultant for Amazon Prime and Hulu, yada yada. And the part here that they could have left out, please give Craig a warm shit welcome on Twitter at KesselDog. I went to their Twitter page. This person's been joined since June of 2009. Apparently, it's based out of Los Angeles, but does not have any tweets ever. Except for one retweet December of 2017. I don't know if they maybe went and cleaned things up before they got into this partnership, but they don't have a lot of followers. I'm going to click follow here to see if they choose to actually build something up on their page, but no banner, no profile, no doxed information. who is this Craig Kessler? Do they even have a LinkedIn page? All right, I do, and I'm not nobody that's known in this world at all, but I've got a LinkedIn page. I think if you're a professional, you should have a LinkedIn page. Okay. So this medium came out today, about an hour and a half ago. I'm going to go into Discord a little bit later on to see what the community and other people are telling me. What's that? Is that a sheep or pillow? Horrible. Struggle stream today. If you don't have Shiba, if you don't have Leash, if you don't have Bone, if you're not invested into the Shiba ecosystem at all, I would really love to know why. Okay. It's my opinion that Shiba and maybe Saitama, and I'm only going to throw out Saitama in there because Saitama is such a small market cap right now. All right. One of those two are going to be one of the my first entry points into becoming a millionaire. One of those on a relatively small amount of capital invested. However long it takes is how long it takes. All right. Things that I know now at 37, I wish I would have been doing at 20. I'd likely already have gotten to that net worth now. But being that I just started a little bit over a year and a half ago, really getting my finances in order, really understanding what to put my money behind and what to invest in. I think she was the one that could do it. Barring some dart throw that I get into that just decides to explode. There's a couple of other ones out there. A Banana Task Force 8, Impact XP. There's a few other ones that if they can get things right, get the adoption there, get the marketing behind it, I think that the early entry people are going to be happy that they got in and just held. All right. So let me know. Y'all tell me what y'all think. Are y'all onto the Shiba ecosystem? If you take a look at this Medium article, does it inspire you? Does it give you conviction that the Shiba decentralized organization knows what they're going and will be good stewards of your capital as they advance the cryptocurrencies adoption across the world? I think so, and that's why I'm going to stick with it. That's my video for today. I'm not going to be live streaming tomorrow because I have a previous organization. I have a previous engagement. All right. But until next time, y'all know what to do.